What's going on, Pistons Nation? Welcome back. All Things Pistons. Here we are again, episode 3. I think we got episode 3. We're 2 games into the season. A lot of exciting things going on with the team. I think a lot of exciting things. This could be difference of opinion on there. So you got us back today. All Things Pistons. We got the mastermind of All Things Pistons with us, the creator, the CEO, Jeremy. And then you got me along for the ride, William. So first and foremost, we're going to start out, man. I got to give a shout out. We both follow a group on Facebook. It's the Pistons Basketball Barbershop. And Mike C., Reverend Mike, I think you called him one day.
Reverend Mike, yep.
Yeah, shout out to Mike, man, showing us some love on there on all of our platforms. So if you guys happen to see this new in the group, give us a follow. Let us know your feedback. We want to hear everything. We're just trying to get better at this. We're having a lot of fun with it. So without further ado, I think we're ready to jump in for today's episode. You good, Jeremy?
I'm good, man. We got Pacers tonight, 7 o'clock.
Yes, big game tonight. I'm excited about tonight's game, man. I get to watch the guy that we kind of wanted, me and you talked about with Matherin. So I think it's going to be fun tonight.
Yep. For those of you, I mean, obviously no one knows me, but I was pushing this dude hard. I love Ben Matherin. Like, that's all I talked about. That's all I wanted. But
yeah,
soon as Kings took Murray, I'm like, we got to take Ivy.
Yep, you can't pass on Ivy.
As much as I love Ben Math, I'm like,
not
you
a
don't
chance.
pass on Ivy. No,
not a chance. Now, if Ivy would have went, now we could have had a chance. But even then, I have a feeling we would have took Murray. But it worked out how it was supposed to. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Perfect.
So first topic for the day. Let's just jump right into, the first 2 games. Man, we're 2 games in. We're 1-1. How are you feeling? What do you think? What do you, from what you've seen after those first 2 games? Tell me your opinion.
I mean, we're definitely inconsistent. Like the first game,
for sure.
The starters kind of came out. They looked not energized. And
right.
Once the bench came in, they kind of got us going again, and they held it together. Bench put up a lot of points. I don't remember the exact numbers, but they looked good. And then in the second half, the starters came back out and actually were attempting to play some defense. And
yeah, we're reminded that the season just started.
Yeah. But I mean, I expect them right at the gate to be hyped. Like, all these young guys, let's go. We got the Magic on the board. Like,
yeah, playing against Pablo.
Yeah. What a stud, man.
Oh, that kid's a
Is there anything
man.
you can't do out there?
Yeah, he is. He's going to be a problem, but I'm happy with where we ended up there. It's one of those things for, like, the fit, right? So, I mean,
yeah,
I like his game, but there's something that, like, maybe I'm solo on this one, but there's something about his game where it's like he kind of loves himself, but almost we're judging off of 1 game, but just from, like, Summer League and that, like, he loves him. He loves him from him, and to me, that's not good for, like, the crew we have. So, but who knows how that could have fit in there.
He kind of gives me that Jalen Green vibe a little bit.
Yes, yes.
Like, I got to get my numbers kind of guy.
100%.
Stud, though.
I mean, freak, unstoppable. So for the first 2 games, like, some of the things I was noticing, you were just like you said, like, the second unit came in, and that's what ignited us to go on and get back in the game. I thought they played great defensively. I think there's a lot of things that don't show up in the stat sheet or don't show up for, like, how we got back into that game where people, and I'm going to go right back to it, and I'm going to get killed for it. Killian, he came in the game. He locked up. He got 2 quick steals. One, he went out for a breakaway. And I mean, he got blocked, but he still showed going to the basket and, like, playing defense and locking up. And, that second unit came in. And like you said, the first unit woke up finally, but this last game, I felt like it was kind of flip-flopped. So the second unit came in, and it was downhill quick. I mean, it got bad so fast. But then I noticed with Casey, like, he was doing a lot more working in different lineups. So, like, not just subbing in, 5 in, 5 out, 3 in, 3 out type thing. But, like, he kept rotating guys in to where it got to, like, okay, some of these lineups look interesting, and it kind of worked out, but we are already down 30 points.
Right. And yeah, that second unit just desperately needs some shooting. Like
It was
they
bad.
got the ball movement, they got the defense. They're a little more scrappy at times than the starting unit, but they cannot shoot.
God,
And if Killian's so streaky, if he's not hitting, they're looking rough.
Yeah,
once they get Burks back, though, Burks and Bagley, I mean, that's going to add a lot. That'll help out
for sure
a ton. So
yeah, and that's that was actually the second topic.
Livers too.
The second topic we had for today was the starting lineups and the bench lineups. So what is if you're going in, you're the main guy. What is the starting lineup that you feel like is going to be consistent and good for us? And what does that second group look like? And obviously that's going to change a lot when we get healthy because you got Burks coming back, you got Noel, you got Livers. Who else is out? I think it's just those three, right?
Yep. Burks, Livers. Noel's back. He's working himself into shape.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him pretty soon, especially if games are looking like last game. They might throw him out a little earlier.
So what do you think would be the ideal starting lineup in second unit that you want to see? Obviously, you're going to sprinkle guys in there outside of those two lineups, but what's your ideal lineup and setup that you think can be the most successful for us for the season?
Well, it's tough because, I'll admit I was wrong on Dern. I wasn't expecting to be this ready that quick. I thought maybe about mid-season he'd start getting 10, 15 minutes.
Figure it out.
Rotation. But since guys are hurt and he's been thrown in, man, he looks good. And he's a lot more ready than I thought. Yeah. I'm super tempted to put him in the starting lineup now, especially if we're not going to be playing close.
Right.
Get these young guys out. Let's just go. Let's start building. I mean, if we take off here once Burks gets back and Bagley gets back and we're looking better than we thought, it's tough. I really have a hard time with this starting lineup. We desperately need shot blocking.
Yeah.
But then my trouble is, do you move Stewart to the bench or Bog? And I don't think you can move Bogdanovich to the bench right now.
Yeah, I think the way he's came out playing those first two games, he's locked in at the 4 spot. Any lineup that I want to throw out there, even if I don't want it to be with them, we don't have a choice. That's our number one guy right now. For me, I would love to see a lineup I want to see Duran in that starting lineup. And it's not because I don't think B. Stu can't get it done or can't, do what he needs to do and bring to the table. But the first two games, we played two teams with some decent size down low. And we need a big man out there. We need a shot blocker. We need a rebounder. I think I looked up the stats the other day. He's averaging 10 rebounds a game. 4 of those are offensive. So he's averaging 4 offensive rebounds a game. That's veteran stuff. That's guys that have been in the league for a while stuff. So I'd love to see, obviously Caden Ivy at the 1 and the 2, Bay at the 3. I mean, Bojan stays at the 4. He's playing too well not to. And then with Duran, and then, that makes it so crazy for that second lineup, right? If we're healthy, who loses their spots, who disappears, if you will. Because I think Killian deserves the run no matter what. But that is where you get iffy, right? Because now who do you go? You go Burks. If he's healthy, you got to play Burks. That's too much for it's too talented to not be playing. It's all there is to it. Defensively, offensively. So I go Killian, Burks, and that's where it gets to where so many people love Hami, but I feel like Livers brings it to the table on both sides of the ball. We get bigger and we get better on defense. I'm not saying Hami's not good at defense, but Livers locks up.
Yeah.
Locks up. And then that puts Stu and Bagley at the 4. How do you stop that lineup? You got shooting all the way through. Bagley can shoot threes. I'm not relying on that or not doing that, but we can still spread the floor. Yeah. And now we got size on both lineups.
Yeah, for sure. Killian's so streaky, you can't trust him to shoot well. But you surround him with shooters and then an athletic freak like Bagley. I mean,
Right.
he's just playing at the park at that point.
Yeah,
Just
and
having
that's
fun.
what you surround him with the right guys. You got Berkson knocking down all day from the outside. Livers inside out. He'll go up and get it too. And then you got Stu and Bagley both go up and get the ball, do what they got to do down low. I feel like Killian thrives in a lineup like that at the second unit. And defensively with that lineup, I mean, who's the liability? Really, nobody. Bagley will probably be the only one on that second lineup that's
but going against second unit bigs, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's not going against starting bigs. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Obviously, once we're healthy, people are back. And, people, we got to calm down. It's game 2. It's game 2. There's 82 games in the season. Yep. Game 2. Sure. Lot to come, lot to happen. Let's see, what else we got to talk about? Man, next topic is the defense. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the defense. So I've seen a lot of zone against New York, and then the switch everything defense. Man, go ahead. You go first.
Let me go off on this real quick because so first I saw the zone. I'm like, okay, sweet. Like, you got to be able to show other teams different looks defensively. But you're not just throwing that out there without practicing. So you're telling me right now they're practicing zone when their primary defense is trash.
Garbage. Dumpster fire, if you will. Can we just
make this look, make this even resemble the defense first, then maybe implement some zone here and there. But it is trash. Like, I hate the switching defense. Like, we're not in high school where that stuff will work. No. You play switch everything defense to stop 3-point shooters, which it actually has done, but they are so confused on these rotations. And the downfall of playing switch defense, it's more one-on-one ball for the other team. So they can switch, get the matchup they want, and our on-ball defenders in our starting lineup. Oh, actually, we don't have any, so it's rough. Like, this defense does not work. Yeah, they're totally just getting what they want.
Yeah,
and another thing, like I saw last night, Bogdanovich in the same possession was telling 3 different players where they're supposed to go. They're all lost out there. Like,
for real,
we're trying to throw in zone, and our guys don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all when they started to run the zone. I was like, oh, man. Even coming down to get set up, there was one point, Cade was on the left side, and Sadiq came up, but he was playing the bottom half of the zone. And, he came up but said, oh, and went back. And then who's point guard? Point guard just signed with the Knicks. I'm always dogging him. From Dallas.
Brunson?
Brunson. Just walked right into a 3. Just walked right into a 3. There was nobody even there. And that switch everything defense, man, I get it. It works if you have the right lineup. 100%. I'm so sick of seeing Ivy have to guard dudes that are just manhandling. Like, he got embarrassed by Randall on the switches down low. We talked about that when they played in the preseason.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't guard that man. It's going to get worked out on, and he does. And that's not his fault. He can't even play defense to begin with. I love the kid, and I think he's going to be the next guy, but defense is not his specialty.
Yeah,
Ivy cannot. Sure. That dude can't guard a thing.
And if you look at our second unit got killed because we don't have shooters yesterday, but Tibbs defense, it doesn't do as well against 3-point contesting 3-point shots, but they push everyone to the center of the court, and then you're meeting 2 or 3 guys when you drive at all times. And it's more of a team defense instead of relying on man-to-man or on-ball defenders. That's the kind of thing we should be running because
for sure,
we don't have those defenders. I'm I wish we did. I wish we were Detroit defense, but
Yeah, like the old
We're
school
not
days.
that in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of blows my mind because maybe I'm just, fanboy, but I feel like Cade was a great on-ball defender last year. I feel like Sadiq played pretty well on-ball defensively last year. So, why are we taking away from, let them play defense? Quit doing – I get it. In situations, you have to switch. But we're switching every single pick. Right. It don't even have to be a full-blown screen. It can be a fake screen. And we're switching. Exactly. It's not even to me, it's lazy defense. That's when you don't have athletes. We have athletes. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna do that, you got to have some rules in place. Like we're only switching these certain situations. The bigs stay on their big no matter what.
And you got to know that.
There's got to be some kind of rule in place.
Yeah, you got to know that as a basketball player, right? If I'm D. Stu and you're Ivy and we're getting ready to go into a screen, okay, we can't switch that, player. We can't do that. You can't bang with Randall. It's obvious. You can't do it. I can barely bang with Randall. I'm not going to put you in that situation. But every time, switch. And I think it hurts us in foul trouble, too. Because now you got guys guarding people they shouldn't. So, let's jump into expectations.
Sure.
What are your expectations? Honest expectations, what are you expecting to see out of this year? Throughout the year, what's the end of the year going to look like? We didn't really talk about that the last episode, but, I'll go first on that one. It's honest expectations. Obviously, I think I'm on record. I think we can make the playing game. I still feel that way. Until I'm proved wrong, I feel like the talent we have, if they start gelling the way they should, and they keep playing the way we should, and we quit with the switch every single – if you sneeze, you switch. If you blink, you switch. If we can get rid of that and actually get a true starting lineup and we're 100% healthy, I think we can compete in these. I really do. Now, realistically, is it going to happen? Probably not. But until I'm proved wrong, I'm riding that one out, man. I have to. I'm sticking with that. At least the play-in.
Yeah. I think we have the team to get to the play-in for sure. But that like you said, that defense got to change. But I believe in Cade, and Ivy was looking amazing the last year.
Yeah.
But even Cade, I saw people dogging on Cade last night. He was, I think, 15, 8, and 7. Everyone shot really poorly from free throws. So Cade hits a couple of those missed free throws. I'm like, he's looking at 17, 8, and 7. You guys, I'm like, the tune would be different. That's a stat line.
Literally,
that looks good.
And I wrote down some of those stats. For against New York, Cade had 15, 7, and 8. Like you said, he almost had a triple double, and we're complaining about his garbage. And then last night, that was New York, and then Magic, he had 18 and 10 assists.
Yeah.
It's game 2. I don't understand. He's got to get better, man. It's still our turnover. We have some of the dumbest turnovers in the history of basketball. I just don't understand at this level. But that's one thing we got to clean up, man. It's that defense and them turnovers. It's
right. Yeah, that comes with young players. It's going to happen, but it's tough.
Shout out Tony Spencer. What's going on, man? We see you in the chat. We appreciate you. Thanks for following, listening in. And, hey, man, we agree, too. That defense has to change. Something that is not working out. It doesn't look good. It's not a good fit.
No.
So, tonight will be interesting. I did have one more hot topic. All this talk. So he didn't get the extension in Golden State. Would you take Draymond on the Detroit Pistons with the team we got now? Would you take Draymond Green with this team?
With the extension? Man, I wouldn't take him without the extension. he can opt in for $27 million next year, and I'm not taking it. First off, this not even looking at our age group and where we're at as a team. The Golden State Warriors, who just won a ring, can't even commit to extending him. And
Right.
even after all he's brought to their team, and like they're questioning it. So
Right.
if they're questioning that, I definitely don't want him, especially after he hit Jordan Poole. Man,
Hey, it's Go Blue all day.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Weaver guy, anyways. Like, you're not going to see that stuff.
And where do you put him, right? Because he can't score. He's not a scorer, so he's playing.
Shoot.
Yeah, he can't shoot. He can't score. He's basically playing the Cade role and the Ivy role, like the facilitator. He's not taking their minutes. Yeah. What are you gonna have to do? Go down and bang low? He doesn't bang. He doesn't really. He's not like he was 5-6 years ago. If you'd have gave me that option 4 years ago, I would put it on the table and say, you know what? We know, just like Tony said, we need that dog. We need that fight. We need that. But he's not what he was 4 years ago. And what we're going to have to try to give up to either get him, even if they, release him or he doesn't and he's available, he's going to want to get paid. He's not going to take a pay cut to come to Detroit. No. We're not competing. Even if we were competing, like, he's not going to take them young kids and create that dog to, like, does he have that dog where he's just, like, scrappy, will fight everybody? Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. But also, we're not there yet. Like, that's not going to help us in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. It's one of those topics you see it floating around there where everybody's like, oh, we need them, teach them the old bad boys. That wasn't a bad. Them bad boys could score back in the day. That's a whole different world. That's not the same thing. So man, that's all we got for today. We got a big game tonight. Pacers at Indiana. So everybody tune in, watch that. We'll have another episode out this next week coming up. I'm excited for the game tonight, man. I think it's just going to progressively get better. Turner's out, I think, so we don't have to worry about a dominant 7-footer. They got some ballers at guard, though. Woo. They got Hallie. They got your boy Ben. They got Buddy Hield. So
we'll see all the guys I wish the Pistons drafted, basically.
Right? Yeah, it'll be fun to watch them because they're going to kind of match up with that tonight, right? It's we're the run, get out and run and do it. That's what the Pacers are doing right now, and the Pacers are 0-2. So
they look going to Indiana. They look a lot like us, really.
Yeah, it's basically the same squad. Deep at the guard position, and I mean they do have Turner, but Turner's out.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about him banging tonight.
I hope my boy Ben Math doesn't torch us too bad, but
yeah, he's been balling out, man. That's all right. We get beef stew on him. Come down low one time and see what happens.
Yeah.
Come down and meet Darren or Beef down there. You'll see how tough you are. Show them what that Detroit versus everybody really means.
Yep. Ivy won't be helping anyone off the floor tonight. I promise that.
Yeah. Hey, good call. I wanted to shout that out. Beef stew, I love you, man. I know you probably never see this show or this episode. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a quick story. I think it was 2 summer leagues ago. Saban did something, and Beef Stew was mic'd up, I think, or Saban was mic'd up, and Beef Stew walks over to him and he says, "I better never see you not dive after that ball," or something like that. Like, you better be on the ground next time.
Yes.
I'm like, man, I love this guy.
I love it, man, and that's why he is Detroit through and through. That's that blue collar, like. He belongs in the city, and I love how they're all embracing it too. So it'll be fun. Everybody tune in next week, and let us know, man, if y'all are watching, paying attention, and give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. Tony, we appreciate you, man. Staying on there. Hey, there goes Mike right there.
Detroit Mike.
Yeah, we appreciate you, sir. We love the respect. And, eventually we're going to start getting some of you guys on here with us. Let's talk basketball. Let's have fun. Talk Pistons. And as always, it's Detroit versus everybody. Detroit basketball. We'll see you guys soon. Big game tonight. Everybody tune in. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you soon.